Okay, so you're here to tell us about how bad the stats are in Stutistics.
Yeah, because the budget, as you know, is kind of a living document, especially with Barack Obama. Tends to be adjusted all the time, usually in a bad way. You know, the stimulus was $787 billion and then turned into $862 billion. But that's nothing compared to Obamacare. This is what Barack Obama told us Obamacare was going to cost.
Okay.
Add it all up, and the plan I'm proposing will cost around $900 billion over 10 years.
$900 billion doesn't sound so bad.
Where did I leave my checkbook?
Exactly.
I'll take two, please.
Yeah, that's been adjusted just a tad since then. In fact, it was up $500 billion almost right away. And this chart shows how much it's been adjusted. Now, the first decade of full implementation of Obamacare will cost us $2.6 trillion. Almost 3 times what he promised. And all of this going on while Barack Obama is promising that he's going to be a spendthrift. He is bragging on Facebook about how he has the best spending record of any president in the last 100 years, which is sort of amazing. So we decided to look at the actual budget numbers, not your budget numbers, not my budget numbers, but Barack Obama's own numbers in this episode of Stutistics.
Statistics.
By the middle of this decade, our annual spending will match our annual revenues. We will not be adding more to the national debt.
If you're not well versed in the language of the inner workings of the budget, that's what's called a blatant lie. So let's remove all the guesswork of the back and forth of the new and fancy proposals thrown around from both sides and put the Obama plan for America in perspective. The worst year of George W. Bush's presidency featured a deficit of $458 billion in the midst of the financial crisis. In comparison, the best year of the Obama administration, even if he was reelected and served 2 terms, is projected to be $607 billion of deficit. In other words, Obama's best year is 33% worse than Bush's worst year. But this is about perspective, not the blame game, so let's just blame all of these deficits on Bush. Let's convict him on every count of the evil crime of letting you keep your own money. And let's assume Obama finally gets rid of those Bush tax cuts and spends his entire presidency as an economic repairman, and it takes all the way to 2015 to get the job done. Look what happens after the deficit hits its minimum in 2015. Every year after that, it's higher. And it keeps increasing until 2021 when estimates stop. If this guy is going to fix our problems, why is he leaving us with the deficit going in the wrong direction?
We're not going to be running up the credit card anymore.
Obama can brag about his credit card all he wants, but have we learned enough about subprime credit risks in the last few years to know one when we see one?